Hi, I'm Dave Marvel. I'm the founder of the Mole Juice brand, and we're just going to show you a very quick little video on how to get the best out of this product, how to set your traps, and what you'll need in order to use this product properly. So hope you enjoy the short video. Okay, we're going to be running a little bit of an experiment today. It's my good friend Jez. He's been trapping moles for quite some time, and he's going to be using his traps that he uses, various different types. As you can see there, they've been thoroughly well used, starting to rust, and obviously there's no smell of the metal. It's all gone, disappeared off them over the years, and he's just going to be setting those in the normal way. I'm going to be obviously using brand new traps straight off the card, covering them in mole juice. We're going to set half a dozen traps across this field. There's lots of moles here, and then we're going to come back tomorrow and compare results and see what's happened. Okay, we're just going to have a quick look at all the items that you'll need to set your traps successfully. So we'll just run through those quickly. A pair of latex gloves, fairly important. The product itself is quite sticky, so apart from stopping the scent off your hands, it keeps your hands nice and clean. We've just got a piece of foam here, just as a kneeling pad. Stop your trousers getting dirty or wet, but you can use a piece of cardboard or anything similar like that if you haven't got one of those. Anything you can find at home. Just got a normal spoon. You can use a small trowel or a spoon. It's really just to help clear out some of the soil from the tunnel. A screwdriver or something similar, a long piece of strong metal. This is just for finding the actual tunnels themselves. Needs to be 9 to 12 inches long at least, just to be able to get down if the tunnels are a little bit deeper. Then you actually need the mole traps itself. You can get these through the website. Very easy to set. The mole juice, of course, to go on and complete the trap. You need a smallish sort of spade, either something like this or a half moon spade, just to be able to dig out the tunnel enough to set the trap in. And finally we just need a marking stick. This is just a cane or something similar, just to go in the ground to mark the traps, so you can find them easily, and also to make sure that you don't run over them with a mower. A reminder of where they are, and that's it basically. Okay, now basically we're just going to find the actual tunnels for the moles, just using the screwdriver or the long piece of metal that you've got, and you need to come away in between, either in between mole hills or go around about a foot away from the mole hills or so, and just push that down into the ground. And that's obviously quite hard there, and just you basically work your way around the mole hill, and then eventually you will find that the screwdriver goes down and just pushes straight down like that, and that's obviously into the tunnel there. So from that we then got to find which direction the tunnel's going in, so we need to move away from this and find out which way that tunnel is running. So obviously we've got two mole hills here together, so if we work this way it might make sense. And there we go, so we've got one there and one there, so that tunnel is probably lying in that direction there. So we're just going to mark that tunnel, and then we're just going to cut a section out big enough to get the mole trap into, and set it, but not too big. So we'll do that now. Okay, so once we've located the actual tunnel, we just need to dig a hole big enough for the traps. Should just be able to lift that out. We'll just keep that there. And you can just bring your kneeling pad down, keep your knees dry, put your gloves on, so that we don't get any scent into the tunnel. which is fairly important. And then we just need to check that we've got the tunnel right. That's going there. Okay, and we just need to dig this out. A little bit deeper, just use your spoon. And we've got the tunnel coming right through this end and coming out just in this corner, so that's perfect. Okay, then we just take the mole trap, and then we're just going to cover this in mould juice now. We'll just make sure that's completely covered all around the trap. That's why these gloves are good as well, because it's quite sticky otherwise and messy, so it saves your hands. Give it a good rub all round, everywhere, as much as possible. And then once you've done that, you can just set your trap like so. It goes in the middle. You just push that down gently so it's just right in the middle of those. Now we'll just get a little bit of mould juice, just tip that down the inside of the trap, just so, just gives that extra scent into the, soaks into the ground as well, and onto the inside of the metal there as well. That's done. We'll just take this piece out, that we take the loose grass off that. You just rip that into two pieces, stick one down either side of your trap. That means there's plenty of room underneath that for the mould to go through, and then we're just going to cover the rest of that trap up nice and easy like that all the way around. Just stop the daylight coming through, which they don't like. Just use all this soil, and then that trap is set. And when that goes off, these two will spring out here and be open like that, and you can come back and check the trap. We just need to get your marking stick and then just push that out to, obviously not into the run, just put that down into the ground so that you can see where your mould trap is. Make sure you can find it easily, and that you don't run over it, and that's it. We'll go and set some more. Okay, so we're back here just under 24 hours after setting the traps. Obviously we set 6 each, Jazz and myself. 2 of mine have gone off, and 1 of his has gone off, so we're just going to have a look and see whether we've actually caught anything. As you can see, the trap sprung out when you set it. Those are straight up in the ground, and with these scissor traps, as soon as they go off, they spring out, so you can tell whether you've actually had anything go through the traps or not. So it's nice and easy to tell without taking them out of the ground. So let's just have a look, and there we go. 1 dead mole, cleanly caught straight through the middle. As you can see, brand new trap. All the mould juice has sort of come off it now, but that's just goes to show that obviously even with a brand new trap, it's possible to catch these things fairly quickly using the mould juice. So happy days. We'll go and check the other traps. Okay, here we are, trap number 2. Again, you can see how it's sprung out, so we'll just take this out and see whether we've actually managed to get anything off this one as well. And we've obviously been done on that one, but that happens sometimes just when the moles come through and push the traps, push some soil through, but never mind. That's 1 in 1 night, so pretty good going really overall. Oh, actually there we go. He's obviously just fallen out of the trap, so that's not too bad. Another mole, 2 moles in 1 night. Again, brand new trap, and there you go. It says it all really. So get yourself some mould juice and start trapping those moles. Okay, so we've just come back this morning. We set the traps yesterday as an experiment. Jez set his 6 old traps. I've set 6 brand new traps, covered in mould juice. We've come back today, checked the traps. I've had 2 go off. We've managed to get 2 kills, which is fantastic in the new traps. Jez, one of his traps gone off, but unfortunately there's nothing in it. So I think that definitely goes to show that even by using the brand new traps and applying the mould juice to it, which is what most of the public are going to be doing when they're buying traps, is putting them in brand new, that really is an incredible advantage to put the mould juice on and get those extra mould straight away. I know, Jez, your grandfather taught you to, through the generations, taught you to trap the moulds, hasn't he?
That's right, yes,
and,
yeah.
I think probably you were a little bit sceptical about this yesterday.
I was very surprised, and I didn't think a new trap would catch moles in one night. I mean, these old traps are probably 20 years old. My granddad's traps have been used time and time again, and it's, for mole trapping, it's unheard of for new traps to catch moles straight away. So the mould juice has really worked, and it's attracted the moles.
Yeah, do you think that's part of it?
I think it's attracting the moles through the runs, and they're not looking for the trap at all. They're just getting caught straight out.
Yeah, so they're the attractants pulling them in. They're not pushing through.
No, they're not smelling
your
the
trap
trap.
possibly been set off by some soil or something like that.
The mole basically come through the one side of this and barge through and miss the trap.
Right.
Whereas these that come straight in. So,
okay, so do you think it's something that you might want to try putting on some old
well,
traps as well?
Basically, I'll be using mould juice from now on old traps and new, and I'll certainly be using new traps now, because we were always worried that new traps wouldn't catch.
So, yeah, so that's great. So that's a little bit of an insight from somebody who's been doing this for a while. Obviously, for all you guys who's going out and buying traps, it's a great advantage. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight into what the mould juice can do, and hope it improves your catches for you. Okay, so hopefully that's just shown you how to use the mould juice to its maximum effect, how to set your traps properly, and also the tools that you'll need. With any sort of trapping, there's no 100% guarantee, but all we can say is that in tests so far and from the people that have used this product, it's significantly increased their chances of catching moles, and hopefully that will do the same for you. So good luck.